But here's the thing: if you're using that thing and if all the balance is right here, right at your hand, you basically have to use your hand to move your saber, right? Whereas as I'm sitting like this, you got a saber. Give Tony a saber here. So if I'm like this, right? He pushes on my saber, and I just let it drop, and you see it's got this natural motion. That all I got to do is add a little bit of footwork and just a little bit of action with my arm, and it comes right out, right? Boom. Okay. If I'm holding it at the balance point, where's the balance point here on this one here? If I'm holding it right here, now when I go like here, I have to. It doesn't. You see how it just kind of bounces there? It doesn't roll off. It just kind of stays like this. So I have to use power to come back over. And if you're getting longer and longer with this thing, that means there's more resistance in that spin. So it's better to have the balance point out. I've talked about this before. Mm-hmm. You know, here. It depends on what kind of sword you're used to. Like Jared, who's a fencer, he likes his about 2 inches up from the guard, or 2 inches up from his hand, so it's more like a rapier, épée, that type of thing. So it's focusing on tip control. Right? The way most of us use these, you should probably go a little further out than that, 3, 4. I like between 4 and 5 inches out, right? And it's because I'm more of a cutting type of technique, so I like these motions right here, and I don't rely too much on this. And of course, with sabers, we try to avoid these too much anyway, because no flex. So there's that. So that's kind of what I recommend. Obviously, where exactly you have it on here is totally up to you. It's whatever you feel most comfortable with. You know, it's going to be harder the closer it gets to your hand to be in the bind with other people too, right? Because if you think about when you're in a bind, now you have lever and a fulcrum. And if your hand is that fulcrum, then you've got everything pushing on one side, and you've got more effort needing to be expended over here. And you can hardly do anything right there. So if I'm here, I can use that as leverage. Okay, so that's just a little thing on the balance point.